Hey,
Uh,
how's it going?
okay.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, yep, I can.
You had a good morning? What's going on?
I don't know, just doing kind of like manual labor, breaking down cardboard.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah.
Um, by the way, welcome and thank you for doing this. I'm not trying
Oh,
to make it too I guess official and
no, it's
I
cool.
we're just chilling.
Yeah, it's just a little weird because we've kind of done this before, like unofficially, right? But
Yeah,
now
I
it's
mean, it was you doing it for me. Now
yeah,
it's the other way
that's right.
around.
That's right. But now like this is like gonna be on the internet. So it's slightly different, but I'm just gonna get that out of my head and just like it's just us talking.
Yeah, it's fine. I honestly I tried to disassociate when I think about the outcome of what this is. Um, I just, we FaceTime before, it's
Yeah.
not really that big a deal. So, but I understand though. I totally, I'm with you. I'm also in like a different location. I'm in my bedroom. It's a little hot, but it's all good. Where are you at? What's this behind you?
This is just like some room in my house where I have my record player.
Nice. This is your entertainment room or something?
I mean, I don't really entertain, so
Yourself?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't feel like that's ever a thing that I do myself or others. Like it just,
Well, here, let me try to word it in this way.
yeah,
Because I know I haven't really contextualized what it is that you do. And you do multimedia art, ceramics, you do photography, you've done like sketches and, I'm assuming like painting of some sort and some mesh of the two and in mix with ceramics and maybe I mean, not maybe, you definitely use cardboard. That's like one of the big components of your art. But yes, you would describe yourself as an artist if you ever had to, right?
y- yes, simply yes, but I
Simply yes.
hate doing that. Like
I feel that.
I try not to do that if possible, but I feel like the real answer is yes. The simple answer, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I only say that because I know in this context that is the descriptor. Also, I guess while we're here, check this out. You see this?
I saw that. It made me laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is like one of the first pieces that you ever showed me. It's kind of like this is what I do, because
Yeah.
you and I met working at Monty's Good Burger.
Yep.
So it's vegan in and out is what they like to say. In
Yep.
Koreatown. That's one of the locations that you and I were working at the same time. A little bit, I mean, during COVID, but I guess
Yeah.
past the big wave of it,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always saw you as like a peer when we were
Yeah.
hanging out and working, obviously. But we would hang out outside of work, and we lived like a couple blocks from each other, so we'd visit each other's places and just, mainly listen to music and talk and
Yeah.
occasionally smoke some weed, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll blow past that. But you always had like I guess sort of um I don't know. I guess the hang with you always felt like I was learning something from you every time or
Oh,
just learning something about, art or music in
yeah.
some degree because of your, just your background. It's very
Oh,
unique, I feel. And I just wanted to ask you like
yeah.
where are you now with your art? And I guess on top of that, where are you now physically? You're in Oregon, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm in Oregon now.
Yeah, and you moved there from California. That's where
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
technically, I moved from LA to Olympia and then
Right.
from Olympia to Oregon. So, but that was since 22, since I left LA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Wow.
yeah, I'm in Oregon now.
How do you feel living where you live?
In the specific city I'm in?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now I would say
Um,
these days.
yeah. I mean, since leaving LA, it was like, because I'd been there for a long time, right? Like off and on for 20 years, more or less. Like
Yeah.
I left to go to school a couple times. I left to teach English in Korea for like 3 years, but that was like where I lived for, a long time. So,
Right.
now like leaving there, I was like, because I grew up in this area, so I was like, oh, it'll be fine, right? But the culture shock was like, shit was real. Like
What was the biggest culture shock for you?
just so many white people. Like to put it simply, just
Yeah.
so many white people, right? And like there are white people everywhere, but it's like, it's segregated in LA, right? You have like West LA, like you have South LA, but it's like still pretty diverse, right? But here it's
Yeah.
like pretty segregated. Like it's pretty clear, right? Like there are people of like all kinds of people right up here, but it's way less and it's more segregated. So it's like America comes through in a sense, right? I actually just saw Obsession last night, which was interesting.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it because it was sort of interesting and in the
To say the
sense of
least.
yeah, like in the sense that it's like I mean it's a great horror movie, right? But it's like really speaking about the time, right? Like now. And and I think that's like why it was so like it resonated so well with the general public. Right. But yeah, like I really thought it was good. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, toxic relationships are alive and well, Mo.
Not just that, but I mean, it's like, the classic trope of like watch what you wish for kind of thing, right?
Oh
It's like a
yeah, yeah.
classic horror movie trope of like that, right? But then it's also got this like psycho girlfriend, right? Like, and
Yeah.
I was like thinking a lot of the times, I was like, huh, I wish I kind of was dating her. Because in a sense, she's like psycho, right? But she's like so creative, right? Like she's creating these like psychotic environments with dead cats and like transforming their living space into this like psycho world, right? And then like when she's reading her like new writing or when she's like you know
Reciting some
yeah
crazy like poem that she
yeah that
wrote.
she's working on, right? And it's like the whole room is just like captivated, right? And I was like, wow, I was like, why can't I date her? She's like a creative genius, right?
Oh my God.
I thought that was interesting.
My gosh, that's so good. I'm so glad I asked this question. You like the odd one out because you're the odd one out. Do you feel that way?
Um, I mean, I guess in a sense, I just,
Not
I
a negative connotation to that, by the
I
way.
understand. I understand where it's coming from, but the only reason I wouldn't want to say that is because I feel like, I mean, yes, I do, and I think my work reflects that.
Yeah, which is something I want to get into
Right.
because you have I'll start here. This is when I
Okay.
noticed I was like, this guy is a real fucking artist, right?
Oh,
I
really?
visited your old apartment in like a
Yeah.
very shoddy side of town, and I saw your place had little to no furniture. You had a bed and a desk with very fancy equipment on it, like Mac.
Yeah.
MacBook and all that stuff, big monitor. But then you had it surrounded by like a giant cardboard box.
Oh, that's right.
Can you elaborate why you made a giant cardboard box?
Yeah.
And it was like a you made them out of like other pieces of cardboard. You like put them together.
Yeah. Well, first of all, simply like when we worked at Monty's, the bread came in these great boxes and they kept just like throwing them away, right? Or recycling them or whatever. I was like, fuck, this cardboard is like really nice. Like it's clean, like, it's got nice thickness. Like I was like, fuck. So I just started collecting it because I kind of use cardboard in my work, right? And to preface this, like I should say, like around that time, like I actually hadn't been making work for a long time. Like,
At that time when I met you, you weren't working on anything new.
well, for about 10 years, right? Like since I finished grad school, I kind of stopped working or making art.
Oh, wow. I didn't know this. I feel like I should
Yeah.
have known this. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
glad I'm
okay.
asking, but wow.
But yeah, so around that time, I was like slowly starting my practice back up again. So, I was just like trying to make stuff. And so cardboard was something I use. And so I was like, hey, I just start collecting this. And um, just this idea of like making boxes out of boxes was something I'd been doing recently. And so I
Yeah.
thought, like, make a giant box, where I live in, that's in the giant box I live in, my apartment, right? And I
That's
think the idea is kind of funny.
It is funny. I think I clocked that immediately when I
Yeah,
saw it. I was like, it's not just a cardboard box. This guy is crazy. I was like, no, he's saying something with this.
yeah,
And I don't know what exactly, but I think him putting himself in this like sort of dome of his own creation was like already the start to, getting to know you in like a deeper way.
yeah,
And then you had your work surrounding you anyways. You had like a bunch of materials all over the place, mainly the cardboard. But I see that you're like collecting like, like untarnished like pieces of material you find out in the wild, and then you like
yeah,
collect it and use it in your own work.
yeah,
But mainly you've stuck to ceramics and wood. Oh, sorry. Well, I don't know, wood too, maybe, but cardboard is what I meant to say.
yeah.
But I wanted to show this on camera just so that people are more familiar with what it is that we're talking about. Um, one sec, my setup's really. I gotta move this cable. No, I can't move that cable. Here's what I'll do.
All good.
Cut to commercial. We're back. Check this out. So you gave
Huh.
this to me. It's a gift that you gave me here.
What? Oh, yeah,
So I wanted to show this. This is not the piece itself, although it's part of it, I would say.
yeah. I would too.
So I'm gonna reveal what's in it in a bit, but
I'm
just
so
explain
curious
to
because I
me.
forget.
You know what? I'll show you now, and then we'll
Okay.
do a two in one about my question here. I'm
Cool,
gonna
cool.
open it. Oh gosh. Here, let me put the mic down, and then we'll just kind of do a visual
Okay,
storytelling thing.
okay. Ah, okay. What's on them? What's on that? Ah, yes, the burger. Yes.
All right, tell me about this piece, because this is one
No.
of many.
Oh, that's just like pottery I make, and I'm not even that serious with it, so I don't know. Not to say not to diminish it in any way, but it's just more like playing.
Right.
Like not really like serious investigation, right? It's more like making pottery.
What's up with these cats?
I
You have
like
a cat, right?
yeah, I like cats. They are saying meh, you know? because of the
This,
partner, maybe. I don't know.
you have a
It's
pattern
open
of
to interpretation.
So you have a pattern of like when you make a piece,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you do this with every piece, but you'll make a cardboard box tailored exactly for just the one piece. So you have
Uh,
little stoppers inside of there. So you made this box specifically for this piece, and then you gave me the box with the piece.
yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. Like it's stayed well put together. Like it's very like
A nice
you know,
box.
I remember early on when I was seeing your stuff up close and I was
Yeah.
like afraid to touch it because I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to touch it. And then you were like, no, you just grab it. And you just grabbed like this thing I thought was delicate. You just picked it up like it was nothing. You waved it around. You were like, see, like it's fun. You like people to interact with your pieces, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I think that's like a lot of my background in making ceramic objects, so there's always a history of like touching that object. Humans have interacted with that object to, eat or shit or brush their teeth in or whatever, right? Those are all ceramic objects we interact with on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's, even in my work now, it's like I hope for some sort of engagement. And I think that's kind of what every artist hopes for, right? Is like the audience engages with it in their own personal way. So yeah, I don't know.
No, that's great. I really what I one of the things I like about one of your more recent practices is that you've been taking like Polaroid photos
Yeah.
and then you've been making cardboard cutouts of frames for those photos, and then you would
Yeah.
like whether it's like you have it like landscape or portrait, you'll like put
Um,
them up on the wall or you put them as like a kind of like a three piece, if they're like thematic or if it's
yeah.
the same location. I thought that stuff was really cool. I think that stuff behind you is an example of it, right?
That's kind of the start of it, and it's sort of where the direction of where my work is going is incorporating these images and these sort of structures, these holders for the images in an architectural sense, right? Like they're not just like Instax holders, but they sort of hold an environment and pieces, right? Like, yeah, those are I'm pretty excited for those. Like, because it's not just like, it's not just that, it's like this thing that I've been sort of building for like over 20 years, actually, right? Like,
Yeah.
world and, the fact that I make these objects and then make these worlds for them to exist in is like something I've been doing for quite a long time. So, now I'm like doing that and then like also incorporating images that I've been taking, right? And then sort of unifying that all into its own sort of world so that people can like interact with and immerse themselves in without like having to step into that or whatever. They can just step into a gallery or wherever it's set up.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, and I'm going to show more photos and examples of what it is that you know, that this led up to. But I didn't want to ask about the gallery. Um, uh, you want to have your work in a gallery or at least have like some sort of show. I don't know, exhibit. I don't know what you call it. I'm so bad with these.
Oh, that's fine.
Um, you've been applying and trying to get like a space to put your art in.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I think it's like for, like I said, there was a long time in my life, recently where I didn't make art. And even before then, as a student, I never really like, that was never my thing. Is like, I was never like, show my art. Like, some of my peers were all about like showing, and that's fine, right? But I was never really interested in that. And so, yeah, and then I stopped making art, and then I just started back up again. And so now I feel like, I'm ready. to put that out there into the world, right? Like I
Yeah.
want to do that now, as opposed to back then, I never really had that desire. Like it's like I'm gonna show this piece in a gallery because it's part of my MFA requirements or whatever, right? Like it's something that like I was forced to do, and it's fine. I wanted to do it, but not like have it be my focus, right? So now I kind of want it to be my focus. I want to get it out there because I think it could be interesting to see. Like for other people. Because for me, I'm interested in like how these objects sort of relate together. So I like set them up in my studio, like all these different images and objects together. So now I'm like, that's interesting to me. I wonder how that relates to people at large, just like people I don't know, right?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah. So I feel like, yeah, I want to put it out there. Why not? Let's see what happens.
No, definitely. I think trials and tribulations of your life, I think, lead to this moment, you know? I mean, not that it's all gonna, accumulate to one specific show, but,
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much history, whether you anticipated it being that way or not, it's just there and it's gonna reflect in your work. And I'm excited to see what what that amounts to in like that sort of environment with like strangers
Yeah.
coming in and checking it out.
Yeah, me too.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
See.
Also, would you entertain if I extend this call just so that it doesn't end quickly?
Oh.
I'm gonna just call you right back. No big deal.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Is it
Bye.
ending soon?
It's ending soon,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm gonna renew it right now.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, yeah. One sec.
All right. Cool. Okay.
Hey, I just wanted to extend the call because I actually feel like there was a lot more I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
But actually, just quickly, I wanted to
Yeah.
redact my statement of what I said about odd one out. I think
Okay.
I wanted to say that you're someone who's taken the road less traveled. And
Hmm.
it's something that I relate to a lot, especially like kind of being a more, I guess, a different style of uh, artist that is expected in Los Angeles and stuff. I think I grew a connection to you pretty quickly because I was like, oh yeah, this guy's not really doing this for like, you know, like the work has to go on. This is necessary for your survival and it's like your blood. It's not really that you're trying to make content or like try to make money really out of
Oh.
this. It just seems like this is part of you, and I really connect to that. I don't know, does that resonate with you still?
Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate that. I think try to be real, I guess. I don't know. Try to keep it real. But I might be a big ass phony too, but I have no idea, right? But I think in my mind, I do try to just be real to what I believe in, and um, and I wouldn't even necessarily describe it as like odd man out, but more just like I feel like I'm more like in between, like an in between space. I like inhabit that, and I think that's sort of my what I hope my work expresses is these sort of like in between spaces, where nothing is really this or that. 'Cause I don't know. Like I feel like that might be more appropriate than like odd man out. Because I mean, in a sense, I do feel like odd man out, like everywhere I go, right? Because I'm Asian, right? And that's like a very common Asian American experience, right? But not just that, but like even within Asian culture or people, like I feel like I'm the odd one out, right? Like I don't really fit into anything. Like, of course, like people accept me and whatnot, but generally in America, when I go somewhere, that's the first thing I am is Asian. It's always like you're different. You're not white enough. Like, where are you really from, right? that sort of is a very common Asian American experience, right? And so like, but my own personal experience comes from like not just feeling that, but also feeling that within the Asian community, right? So not really feeling place like I have that. Anyways, this might be too much.
No, not at all. I opened that portal for you.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
curious about that in general anyways, you know. I now with this time extended, I wanted to actually talk about you and I went on a trip
Oh
to
yeah.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, you got a doghouse. Sure,
Yeah,
doghouse
dude, I love
drive-in.
it. Sure.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I do some kind of like, post editing, like slideshow of stuff that we've, seen on the trip.
Uh,
But you and I both really like Breaking Bad,
yeah.
and to the point where we went to go see all the spots where they shot on location.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, I just wanted to share that, and I thought that was like a really like cool thing to see up in
Mm.
person. We went to the coffee shop or I spoiled it. I wanted to say we went to Tuco's Lair,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
turned out to be a coffee shop.
Yep.
Um, we went to the car wash in the
Yep.
show, Walton. Oh, spoilers, by the way. But anyways, if I'm sure it's like years old.
Yeah.
The car wash that's used to launder money for
Yep.
for Walt and stuff. We saw Walt's actual house, which was gated up,
Yep.
um, which I thought was funny. And we didn't see Jesse's house, which is something I
That's
wish
right.
we'd seen.
Yeah.
What else? What else happened over there?
We went to the
Um,
doghouse.
the doghouse, yeah. So in the show, they got the benches outside, and people go there to like exchange like drugs and money,
That's right.
hidden in like doghouse bags. Those
Yep.
benches weren't even there when we went. It was just like a
Yeah.
stand and wait for your food kind of place. Really
Yeah.
chill.
Before the show.
Yeah, yeah. The Boyos Hermanos was like just a empty
Oh yeah.
building.
Twisters.
Oh, what was it?
I think it's called Twisters.
Twisters, huh?
Yeah. It's the actual restaurant that occupies that space.
Oh, wow. Okay, that part I didn't know.
Uh,
You went to
uh,
Loyola's too.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that place. Uh,
It was really like comfy, cozy in there.
yeah. The food is great. Like, such a like institution, I feel, of like New Mexico, right? It's like if you live there, like you should go there because it's like so good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
they had like Better Call Saul merch at the time.
yeah,
I think that was just wrapping up, I think. Or
yeah.
yeah,
Or yeah, or in the midst or probably wrapping up. I forget,
around
but
there. But
yeah.
yeah, they're that's where Gus and Mike have like talks about what to do next in
Yeah.
you know, their whole thing.
Yep.
Man, I love that trip. Seriously. I think about that a lot. And living outside of Los Angeles one day maybe. But
Yeah.
anyways, I just wanted to share that because, that trip was pretty like a pretty big trip. We like drove out there and stayed for like I think like 2 days, was it?
Maybe, yeah. I forget. But what surprises me about that trip is that like after that trip, you even still talk to me.
What do you mean?
'Cause I just remember like driving back. I think it's like a 12-hour drive or something. It's pretty long from like we did a straight shot, I think. Yeah, we did a straight shot. And you didn't have your driver's license then. And so I had to drive the whole time and I was like near the end of it, I was like freaking out. Like I couldn't drive like 55 miles, like over 55, right? And all these like we're heading into LA and all these cars like zooming past us and I'm just like so tired, like so strung out. And I was just like I think I was like, you said something, and I was just like, fuck off. Like, I was just like a total monster, right? And like, we made it back home alive, and I was just like, oh my God, I just like couldn't deal with anything. And it just like, was funny because I probably took out some like craziness out on you. And I
I
just,
chalk it up to cabin fever, and
yeah.
if I could have helped in some way, I would have, but I just
No, I
couldn't.
know.
I would
I
have,
know.
but I just
Yeah.
I was did not have a license, but
Yep, yep.
dude, yeah, driving that far and it was just you and you were driving like over like 60, like most of the drive because
Yeah,
it once
yeah.
you get far away enough, the speed limit goes up and then it was just like your Prius wasn't really catching up.
Yeah, I was just like, it was like mentally, like when I get really tired, I kind of do that, and not just like,
A lot of people do.
but yeah,
I'll help you there.
for sure. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know, not funny, but I just thought like, yeah, wow, he's like can take a lot of shit because I was like dishing it out.
Well,
I dished it out. So
that's surface level stuff because that didn't
yeah,
come from the heart. You were just like fed up with the trip. Like in terms of how long the drive was and stuff. It's
yeah,
fine. I don't want to talk like dwell in that too long. Like I have been able to take more hits from like my I don't know life and childhood and stuff. I think that's what kind of helps me zen out a little bit and
yeah.
I feel like you're similar though. I mean, besides stuff like that, I mean, generally speaking, you don't seem to give a fuck about things that would, you know, have people like um freaking out a bit more, I guess. You seem more like relaxed, I would say. Maybe you went through more before and now it's just kind of like
Tough
just
to say.
hanging out, but only you can really say that. Um, I guess just from knowing you, you just always seem like uh collected because you only care about, what's in front of you sometimes,
Hmm.
you know,
That's interesting. Yeah,
like all that noise doesn't matter. I think
yeah,
that's and then you sort of lose yourself in music too, which I also like to do. And I think that's another thing I wanted to talk about was
yeah.
how we connected on music early on.
Sure.
We have like very similar tastes and
Yeah.
yeah, like can you I guess speak on that?
I guess, yeah. Because like I started working at Monty's at a point in my life when I was like a middle-aged man, right? And then I start working at a burger joint with like all these kids, right? Like 19, 18, whatever, right? And I'm just
I
like,
must have
oh
been
my
like
God.
21 or 22 at the time.
I think you're like 20.
20? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you weren't I remember because when we knew each other, you turned 21 at some point.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I just was like yeah, it was like weird, right? And then I was like, do any of these kids even know like the kind of music I listen to? Right? And then
Which
like
is
just like, 90s indie rock, little rap here and there and
you're a big fan
so
of Pavement,
I would say I was like at the time I was like, oh, kind of getting it back into them because like I think when I was a kid I was like not intellectually like there to like appreciate their music,
Hmm.
if I'm going
Interesting.
to be honest with you, right? Because as a kid, I'm just like, whatever.
I listened
Yeah,
to death metal like
yeah,
all through like middle school and high school. I was just
I'm
that's what
not
I
a,
thought was like
yeah.
what I should have been listening to. I don't know, but I get that. I mean,
But anyways, and then I kind of rediscovered them, and I was like, oh shit, this is like pretty good, right? Like I would get more of the references because it's like kind of like you know indie rock intellectual, some of the lyrics, right? So yeah, so when I met you, I was like kind of getting into that. I was like getting back into it. So But then you like played an album and it like literally made me like just stop and listen,
Which
right?
album was that?
Purple Mountains.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah,
I mentioned Pavement because I believe one of the musicians played in Silver Juice, which is led by David Berman, which then, one of his final albums was no longer under that name. It was under Purple Mountains. It was like self-titled or whatever. But
yeah,
yeah, that was like a big blind spot for you was David Berman. So that was what I was connecting with and less with Pavement. So we
yeah,
kind of bridged that gap pretty early
yeah,
on once we figured that out. And but yeah, but tell me about, Purple Mountains because I connect with that album a lot.
yeah.
Um
Um,
and David Berman in general, just his work.
yeah. I guess I would say that like I hope that someday I make a work of art where like someone honestly like just stops and just like, is like, this is great. Like they connect to it on like a deep level, right? Like that's what I hope to like strive for. So that happened with like when I heard that. Because it was like you put it on like over the speakers at Monty's,
Did
right?
I?
And
Wow.
just like, yeah, you just put it on and it was like kind of loud, right? But like, a lot of times people do that and we'll just like, whatever, it's just background music. But like, I was like, what? I had to like stop and listen, right? And I don't like music doesn't really do that to me often. Like it does that. And I think like that's what like really good artwork does for me. Like it sort of like makes me stop and look and kind of like makes me rethink or reevaluate like who I am as a person or what this experience is like doing to me, right? Um, and that's what David Berman's work did for me. It was like all of a sudden something happened where I just like connected to it so deeply. Uh, so yeah, I'm a huge fan now.
No, I connect a lot with what you were saying. I definitely have had my share of moments just like, basking in that work and that like in that space that he fills. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think he was one of a kind, 1,000%.
yeah,
Um, and his work is so raw and like just honest and uh sometimes because of that, it becomes hard to listen to, but that's because I'm paying so much attention to what he's trying to convey and those emotions that um, just fall right out of him. It's just who he is
yeah.
he just happens to pick up a mic or play a guitar, but it's all him on display. There is no act.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, I don't know. So for you to connect with that, I think that also helped me understand more of who you were as well.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, another band, the artist that we like is Unwound. That band's pretty cool.
yeah,
I think you showed me, or maybe I guess we both, like Numero Group, which is like this label that sort of releases old stuff, reissues them,
mm,
and gives it like new life. It puts them on streaming and all that stuff. And
yeah,
bands like Blonde Redhead and um, um, I'm blanking right now. Unwound was in it, of course.
yeah,
And they got like soul and funk and like disco from like way back. But I
yeah.
just like that pocket of music that they have, like early emo music and like
Oh yeah,
slow core and like some shoegaze and that
yeah,
stuff I think we really connect on as well. And I just wanted to give a big like music segment because I feel like if you're working on your stuff, you
yeah,
always got music in the background, and I guess people listening to this would understand that's your process. That's what you're listening to. And, that defines a bit of the work itself too, Some of that exists in the work, to some
Probably.
degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if this, what song this was, but I'm sure you were listening to something.
I don't know. Sometimes I actually don't listen to music and I'll just like put on a show. It just really depends.
What kind of show?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, well, it's
You like The
mostly,
Simpsons too, right? That's kind of a
yeah,
big, you reference that a lot when we hung out.
yeah, I'm a big fan.
Like the old days,
Yeah.
classic Simpsons.
I mean,
Huh?
I'll even watch the new ones occasionally, but they're not as good, obviously. But yeah, it has to be something that's sort of like can be in the background and it doesn't demand my attention, right? Because I'm like focusing on something else. But sometimes just to have it in the background is interesting. So a lot of times it might be like Breaking Bad, just something that's very familiar, I guess. Definitely not something I need to like pay attention to. Like cooking
Right.
shows sometimes, right? Like just some fucking trash TV.
I've been doing that at work. I'll play Hell's Kitchen in the
Yeah,
background
yeah,
just to
for
make
sure.
myself even more stressed.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. I feel like it takes the pressure off of me seeing other people get yelled at. Not that I'm getting yelled at, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but yeah, I hope one day I get to have X-Files be one of those shows in your
Yeah.
in your Rolodex there. I love that show. It's my new thing.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
cool.
feel like uh, I feel like that was something you would have liked, but maybe eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do like it. I just feel like I need to find the time for that to happen. But
Of
right
course.
now, it's not the right time for me to engage the show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, because you're so busy with what's coming up, and
Yeah.
I actually have a slideshow. You submitted some photos, and I want to
Oh,
show you some of those photos and show people
oh,
these
cool.
photos, and I want you to
How
just
should I
like
arrange them?
explain them. I arranged them fair, like in a good way. Trust me, I
Oh,
I got them
well,
laid out well enough.
let me just say this was for submission recently. So I just took my 10 images I had to submit to try to get a show. And I did have them in an order, so I'm interested to see your order.
All right,
All
here
right,
we
let's
go.
see. Interesting.
Hopefully it loads.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm spoiling it.
Oh, it's
You see
okay.
that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Do you see our boxes on the right side? And then you see
Yeah.
the image? Cool. All right. So then everyone sees that. So this piece of yours is
It's a photograph from the Badlands, I think,
Badlands.
South Dakota. Yeah.
Tell me about the elephant in the room there.
The elephant in the room. So this is like the new direction of my work. When we get to the other image, one of the images, I think it'll be better explained, but nah, it's okay. But so lately I made this unicorn and I just have been going places. Like it actually started with Albuquerque, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah, you took photos with the unicorn, which is
yeah,
there, like literally pieces of corn put onto the shape of a unicorn that you
yeah,
also made, which is ceramic underneath, right?
yeah, it is. Um,
I'll go to the next slide.
so So yeah, this one you could probably like people could probably see better. So this is a sort of new direction my work is going. So, right, like I wanted to go to Albuquerque because I love Breaking Bad, but I also wanted to bring this object I made there to take
Yeah.
photographs of it there, right?
You like to put this piece in different spaces
Yeah,
and it's like traveling almost, and
yeah,
you're just capturing the moment of them
yeah,
out and about. And this one's a
Yeah.
little bit meta. I see you have like a, is that
Yeah.
is this sort
This
of an
is
example of what you may see at like a gallery?
Yes, so this is why I included this because I this is actually in a gallery at the community college I taught at.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
so this is just like working that idea out, but so I take photos of this object at places I want to go. And this one is a photograph of Nia Bay, but then I also create these cardboard frames
Yeah,
um, where the photos can just slide in and out of them, right? So it's not like bound to this object, but so yeah, I want to make these prints here, right? Like
right.
giant, right? Some of them giant, some of them smaller, right? And they'll be mixed in with some of these other objects that we'll probably see later in this slideshow, but
Yeah,
so
I
they're
saved
all
this
like,
for last.
okay,
So I just want, I guess I wanted to have all like the unicorn photos together and
gotcha.
kind of see them, going
Well,
around. But
one of those images, right, would explain this all, kind
let's
of. So
see.
there,
This is a big K.
yeah.
Here
This
we go.
part. This is this chicken place in Nebraska that was like so amazing.
I'm saving the self-portrait of yours for later. Is that?
Oh, okay. I
But
can explain that one too,
but
but
here,
it's
this one of
oh,
them?
okay. Yeah, so this is newer work. So this is that image is an Instax landscape, which you gave me the camera,
Oh
and I'm like,
yeah. I had an
it's
Instax
one of my
wide
favorite.
500, I think, and I gifted that to you because you
I think
make
it's a
much more use of
300.
it. 300?
It's the
Okay.
300, yeah.
You made
But
quite
anyways,
good use of it, I see. That's
yeah. But
cool.
anyways, I love that camera. I took so many pictures of. I actually went on a trip recently to actually one of those images earlier, but to Indiana where um, Jim Davis is from and the county he's from. They built all like 14 of these Garfield statues there.
Yeah.
So that was like my impetus to go, right? It's like, hey, I just want to go see these and like take photographs of them. But along the way, I took way more interesting photographs than any Garfield ones. Like, I actually don't like any of the Garfield ones. I only put this one because it's like slightly interesting to me because we have like whatever.
That's
Like
cool. I
you
mean,
can see an image of me taking the reflection of me taking an image of this, right?
right.
And then also to the left-hand side, you can see like an image of James Dean holding a camera, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, not that I planned it, but looking at it later, I was like, oh, this is interesting to me, right? Like, you have this, like, because this is the James Dean Museum where he's actually from in Fairmont, Indiana. And, most people won't know who James Dean is, but he is an actor who sort of like created cool, like 1950s cool, and sort of defined what being cool is, right? He was the originator of what cool was, right? The rebel without a cause, right? Like live like fast, like die young, right? Like he is that embodiment, right? So, anyways, that's just what I found interesting about this image. So I took a 10-day trip to go photograph the
Jumped ahead,
unicorn.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
it's so yeah,
10-day trip.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Kmart, gas stations, right? Like I just I mean these are interesting spaces for me, right? Because they're sort of like an in-between space, right? Like the Flying J is not your final destination. It's a place you go in between your final destination, right? So I'm interested in these things, right? Because they occupy this sort of in-between space. Um,
Nice. I'm going to show you this piece. And also,
okay.
I'm very curious. I saw this in your last piece, which I'm going to show for a second.
Okay.
What's with the tip of the mountaintops there?
Okay. I mean, we can totally get into this. See, I think the last piece, one of the last pieces you're going to show sort of will explain it.
All
So
right, so
that's how
let's
I would
let's do
understand.
this one then.
Yeah, that's where I would start. Actually, this is the image I started with in the submission. So this is my when I went to grad school, they call it your thesis. So you got to have a show of like your final work. So this is what I made. And you can see, the Caucasia, the tips of the mountains, right?
This
If
a
you
nod to the Hollywood sign or something?
Yeah, sure. But not just that, but yeah, like a lot of places do that. Not just Hollywood, but the
That's
most
true.
famous one is Hollywood. But it's a thing that happens, and I'm interested in those kinds of things. Like,
This is a giant city.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's like 20 by 15 by 12, and it's
Wow.
pretty big. But yeah, you can see this is the world I created for the objects to reside in.
And this
Um,
sort of kickstarted this sort of new direction of like
yeah.
having, these characters living in like a sort of in between cityscape kind of, or just any space really, but this was them kind of in their in like a giant sort of uh environment. And it's really I'm very curious, like you paint everything white with the cardboard. Can you go into that a bit?
Um, yeah, I mean, I can. I guess
Is that
that's like,
just
I
for
don't,
convenience, or is it?
it's aesthetics first and foremost, I guess. Because I don't really like the cardboard, the brownness of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't dislike it, but in this situation, I think the sort of material had to be subdued in a way.
right.
Because when you see the brown cardboard, you just immediately think brown cardboard. Like it has such a strong association with it. So I think covering that up is important to sort of transform it into its own world.
Yeah,
Um, so
definitely. I I see that now, like all your backdrops tend to be sort of this like white sort of environment, and then every character or like object that you make with ceramics tends to be full of color, and not for the most part not in just white, unless you're making ghosts, which I think I don't know if you showed me on one of these other. That's a cat's cow. That's
yeah,
not a ghost. I saw one with a ghost on it. I think
yeah.
it
There's
was
one with a ghost.
this one, right?
Yeah.
He's
So
saying,
that's
what
like
is he saying?
that's a it's a dead Klansman.
Oh,
It's a clan ghost, and he's saying this sucks. Like being dead sucks.
it does.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not there. I don't think I'm dead, but I would just imagine that. So,
Interesting phrasing. I'm not that. Well,
well,
here, let's get the last photo right here.
oh,
I'm so curious
well,
about this.
okay, yeah. So, this is I went to this place. I got a scholarship. This school gave me two
What
thousand
year?
dollars to travel. This was in 2006. So they
2006, okay.
gave me $2,000 to go travel wherever, and I had to like submit something, right? Submit a proposal. Where you want to travel, and they pick people in the department to go travel. And I said, I want to go to this place called Dandong, China, because it's right next to North Korea, and that's like other than flying, that's like one of the only ways to get in there, right? But it's like historically tied to the region. But more than that, you can actually see a North Korean city, right? Which is not like something that is easy for Korean people to do. Like in South Korea, you can't like see normal Korean life because there's like this border, right? The D.
Oh no, my internet. All right, we're back.
I can
Sorry.
see you now.
Connection was
Well, it did
unstable
that
for a
to me.
second.
Yeah, my internet does that. It like lags out.
It's all good.
Okay.
I just want to get you to not lose your train of thought. So
Oh,
there's a divider you said somewhere.
oh yeah. So the DMZ like divides the country, right? North Korea and South Korea. So it's just like military fortified, and you can't really like see normal people living life, right? You can't see a normal city. So there's this place in China that's like separated North Korea by a river, and you can actually there's a city right there, and you can actually like see North Korea, right? Um, so like I wanted to see it like normal North Korean people living their lives, right? From China. So they were like, okay, here's some money, go do that. And this is a museum. And I don't know the translation. I think the words are like the Museum of American Aggression or something. It's the Korean War version of their museum,
I
right?
see.
Right. And so
Wow.
at the end of the museum, you like see all this like stuff, right? Like American propaganda and like tanks and shit, and like all this military shit that had to do with the Korean War from the Chinese perspective. So at the end, there's this like giant rotunda with a little miniature North Korean set, right? And you got this painting on the background. And then there's this guy with a camera, and he's got the fucking suit, and he charges people money to get their picture taken.
Yeah.
And
So
that's what I did.
that's what this was here.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got my picture taken in front of this rotunda,
How
dressed
much
up
of
like a
this,
Chinese soldier. How much was it?
or no,
Well,
sorry, no.
oh, no,
No.
okay.
I meant to say how much of that getup was something that you just had on you or something, but you're like,
No,
oh yeah,
he
no,
had it
that
there.
he
He
gave
had
you
it.
this whole
Yeah,
outfit
he
to put
has it
on.
there. He has it there for people to get into.
That's
They change into it.
so this
Uh,
photo's amazing.
yeah, it was such a crazy, amazing experience. That whole trip was just so crazy. Because like right before I left, well, we took a boat there, which is fucking crazy, me and a friend. And then that hat there, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to get something similar to that, right? Like a real one. So I like had to I asked this taxi driver if they could like take me to an antique store, and there was like, before iPhone, so translation was super hard. And he took me to a normal mall first, and he thought I wanted like a normal hat, and he's like, "Here's like a Nike hat." I'm like, "No, dude." Like, so what he had to do is like call his like daughter, who was like 9 years old, and was learning English, like knew just a few words, right? And so he called her, and then I had a conversation with her, and she tried to translate it back to the driver. And it
Yeah.
was so crazy. But eventually he took me to like an antique store, and I found like one of these old communist hats there that like people would wear every day. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow. That's the story of that hat alone, like, and where you were, and did you ever end up getting that hat? Like, do you have it
Yeah,
with you still?
yeah, I have it with me still.
Is
Yeah.
it within reach? I'm so curious to see it. It's
It's
all good.
not. It's not. It's a little bit small for my head, but what's so funny is that the taxi driver was just like couldn't comprehend why I would want that hat, right? And he like put it on, and he had a big ass head, and the hat's pretty small, but he put
Yeah.
it on, and he was all like, doo, 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 like what? Like he was like mocking. It was funny, not in like a malicious way, but it was just like jokingly, like I could sense that he couldn't understand why I'd want this,
Right,
right?
right.
It just was like so funny when he put it on and was like, "Look at me, I'm an old communist guy."
Oh
Like
my gosh.
it was fucking priceless, bro.
Wow, that's priceless to hear too. Dude,
Yeah,
thanks for sharing your
yeah.
story, man. I'm so glad I got to talk to you in this capacity. And yeah, do you have any final thing you want to say? Just leave off with some nugget of uh wisdom.
Nope, I don't think I have any wisdom personally. I don't know. I just appreciate like people who like I don't know, just like live creatively and uh, like honestly like are trying to just I don't know, make like live awesome lives and do interesting things and like make cool stuff and not in the like fake ass Instagram way, but just be real. I don't know. So cheesy. I'm a total cheese ball. I get it. But this is going out to the world. So, anyways, yeah,
All
no,
right.
cool talking to you.
No, it's great talking to you.
Yeah,
thanks for being here. See
for
you,
sure.
man.
All right, take care.
Take care. All right, later.